Hello everybody and welcome to another exciting update on what has probably been the best car I've bought in the last few years, and that is the Bismarck, my W220 S-Class S500. I bought this on eBay for £900, complete risk and a gamble, and it's one of those rare ones that actually turned out well. It's got no history, it came with one key, but it's actually a good car. I took it to Mercedes, had them sort of give their rundown on it, which was sort of quite useful, I suppose, but not overly so. And then I took it to Ollie at PCS. He did a couple of the things that we knew needed doing. Both ball joints at the front were done. And we sorted out a couple of other issues and warning lights and so on. So that's brilliant. While it was there though, he found a couple of other issues that I wasn't aware of. And so needed to get those sorted. So the first one of those was that there was a little bit of mainly surface rust really on the front jacking points. So because I'm in the process of moving house and so on, I decided I wasn't going to do it myself, and I subcontracted that, got Anton to do that work, and essentially all that skin has been sort of patched and is now looking great, so that's fine. So it will pass MOT for years to come. Secondly, there was the sort of quite pitted and corroded brake pipes, and we were looking at replacing those. However, when we looked at it closer, we saw that once they were cleaned up, they were actually absolutely fine, and Anton measured them up as well and thought that they were okay as they were. So we cleaned them, put some stuff on them to stop deteriorating further, and that was a nice easy win. There is one other thing that has been bugging me, and that is that at around 65, 70, it gets this little vibration. It's not bad, it seems to get a bit worse with speed, but I'm pretty sure it's not tyres. Anyway, we have sort of looked at it and thought about it, and we can't work out exactly what it is. So I'm going to put the Bismarck on a ramp and run it in situ at about sort of 70 miles an hour and see if we can work out what is going on. Now that's something that makes me quite nervous, but I've been told that that's what everyone does. I spoke to Ollie at PCS as well, and he says they do that. If they're looking for a vibration they can't find, they just run it on a ramp. So that's what I'm going to do. You can feel it, yeah?
Hear it.
Definitely. All right, chuck it up and then we'll have a look.
Okay.
Oh. Sorry, I forgot I'm the one who has to put it. Genius. Okay, I think that's where the vibration is. That's that wheel. Okay, stop. So we think it's quite likely, hoping as well, because it's a simple one, that it is just wheel balancing that's the issue. So while Anton's doing a couple of other bits to the car, and while he's doing that, I've got the wheels in the back there, it's off the ground. We're changing the rear pads as well because they were worn and I had some new pads. So while he's doing all that, I'm literally just rushing off to a tyre place to check out the balance on the rear wheels, and let's hope that's what it is. Please, pretty please. Wheels balanced. The vibration is still there, but it is very much improved, so I'm really happy with that. It doesn't bother me at all now. On top of that, there is some news. The Bismarck is actually going to be sold, so I have a friend who's buying it. I'll talk more about that in a minute when I talk about the costs as well. But on top of all that, there is the issue with the brake pads. I was going to replace those, but me being me, I managed to get the wrong ones. Can you believe that on a W220 S500 of the same year, you can get two different types of pads? They must have basically different braking systems, probably depending on what options you order, I would guess. So anyway, I'm just going to pop over, get the new pads installed. Hopefully it won't be too much of a faff, and then it's pretty much ready to go, and I will give you a rundown on everything that's been spent since I got it. we've been trying to take them off, but it looks like these pins are a little bit seized in, so it won't be quite as straightforward as I initially thought, but hopefully we'll be able to sort that out now. Bit of brute force and they're out. Is it nice working with a camera in your face?
Yeah, I love it.
So, as I mentioned earlier, I have a friend called Andrew who is actually interested in buying the Bismarck. I think it's pretty much a done deal. Actually, it is a done deal because he's paid me to do some stuff to it. But basically, the really interesting thing is, how much have I spent on this car? I originally paid £900 for it. Then there was £50 to fix that rear arch. Obviously, I did it all myself, but in terms of materials, the various, the paint and so on, it was about £50. The other thing is, it had loads of error messages when I first got it, and it was just the ABS lights, the traction control lights, etc. That was because one of the front tie rods for the steering, that was bent, I'm sure, from when it was put on a trailer and someone had put one of the ratchets on it, one of the straps on it, and pulled it up. So replacing that cost me £50 in parts. I did all the work myself. And then there was the ball joints and there was ball joints and the engine lights, and I took it to PCS and got Ollie to do that for me. The cost for replacing the ball joints is $350. For reprogramming the engine with that issue with the air pump, that was another £50, so £400 all in for that one. Then there was the cost of the jacking points, which Ollie helpfully found last time I was doing that, and for cleaning up those brake pipes and just checking them out, and that was £300. So both sides of the jacking points have been patched up, and then those brake lines cleaned. Also £50 just to get it back on the ramp, get it up in the air and try and find the source of that vibration, and then get the wheels balanced. So all in all, it owes me £830. So all in all, it's really gone pretty well. I'm not making anything particularly on the car, but I'm not losing anything, and it's been fun, and they are amazing cars. Honestly, a lot of respect for them. I know they have a bad reputation, and I know that they do go wrong a lot, but to drive, incredible. I mean, it's so relaxing, so comfortable, so much so that I've decided, I've had such a good experience with this Mercedes, that I want to get another one. I'm thinking about getting a W124, so a W124 coupe ideally, a 300 or a 320. So if you know of one that's around, then please let me know. Don't send me eBay links, because I've already been looking on eBay and the sort of usual places. But if you see something you think's a bargain or interesting, then please do send me something on Instagram. And lastly, a word to my friend Andrew, who is buying this car. Dude, it's a good car, it's a really good car, it's a good example, and it's good for what you're paying for it. But word of warning, I told you in person as well, it is a W220, so I'm taking absolutely no responsibility if stuff starts to go wrong, as it invariably will. See you all for the next one, and thank you for watching.